Wake up, Jacob. Return back to Yahuwah. Return to the covenant. Return to the Lord. Jacob, the famine is coming. Are you ready? America, the famine is coming. Are you ready? Not only famine, but plagues, sicknesses, issues, swords, wars, violence, craziness, chaos, as if you can't already tell. Are you ready? The time of judgment is here, and it is only going to get worse. It's going to grow in chaos and grow in craziness. Please prepare.
That drive people into poverty. And like all of this seems aimed at the American population. Certainly these are decisions made without reference to what people want. No one wants any of this.
You're sounding a lot like my dear friend Michael Yan, who's been saying this is actually a war on the American people.
Obvious.
Don't forget,
so obvious.
And don't forget, the Strait of Hormuz closure, 1/3 of the world's agricultural base supplies, that's cut off. And
the Strait of Hormuz closure, 1/3 of the world's agricultural base supplies, that's cut off. And
we are in the dead of planting season, and what's going to happen now here in the United States as well as elsewhere, it's going to be worse elsewhere, but it's going to be bad here. We in the United States here, not this year probably because we're still running off reserves from last planting season, but next year, the delayed impact of not having planted enough because we didn't have enough urea fertilizer, we're going to be talking about severe shortages in the agricultural sector of baseline goods that every American needs.
we are in the dead of planting season, and what's going to happen now here in the United States as well as elsewhere, it's going to be worse elsewhere, but it's going to be bad here. We in the United States here, not this year probably because we're still running off reserves from last planting season, but next year, the delayed impact of not having planted enough because we didn't have enough urea, fertilizer, we're going to be talking about severe shortages in the agricultural sector of baseline goods that every American needs.
You've also now, again, channeling Michael here, the screwworm, which is a highly devastating to crops and livestock parasite. We had gotten it out of North America about a century ago. Now, in the last 3 years, it's popped up again because it supposedly was brought up with all the illegal immigration. They basically brought in a bunch of, by accident, supposedly contaminants and whatnot, and the screwworm larva was one of them. And now they're finding them in Texas and the cattle there, and that's very bad. So, in fact, they found some in Florida, Central Florida, recently as well. The point is that all the stuff that we as Americans take for granted, abundant food, affordable groceries, energy, all of this stuff is being denied to us on some level. It's being complicated, our ability to get that. And it's being done because of policy. It's not being done because there's an actual shortage.
No.
It's being done because of policy, either war or whatever. But remember, the war was a war of choice. It's not like the Iranians attacked us. So all of this is certainly, you start getting into a very dark place, Tucker. And I know I've certainly gone down. Don't let my sunny disposition confuse you. I've certainly gone down. I'm very blessed. I have a beautiful family, and so I'm very happy in my personal life. But you know, I talk about some pretty bleak things, and you can start to see the darkness in human hearts, and particularly our leaders. Particularly our leaders.
Yeah, I have some thoughts which I'm not going to express because that's dark enough.
Chapter 6. After I beheld when the Lamb had opened one of the seals, and I heard one of the four beasts say, as it were the noise of thunder, Come and see. Therefore I beheld, and lo, there was a white horse. And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering, that he might overcome. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse, that was red, and power was given to him, that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. Then I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And oil and wine hurt thou not. And when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed after him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were killed for the word of God, and for the testimony which they maintained. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, Lord, which art holy and true, dost not thou judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And long white robes were given unto every one. And it was said unto them that they should rest for a little season, until their fellow servants and their brethren that should be killed even as they were fulfilled. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun was as black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon was like blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, as a fig tree casteth her green figs when it is shaken of a mighty wind. And heaven departed away, as a scroll when it is rolled, and every mountain and isle were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in dens, and among the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the presence of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath has come, and who can stand? Matthew, chapter 24. And Jesus went out, and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be here left a stone upon a stone, that shall not be cast down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, his disciples came unto him apart, saying, Tell us when these things shall be, and what sign shall be of thy coming, and of the end of the world. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and realm against realm, and there shall be famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes, in divers places. All these are but the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall be increased, the love of many shall be cold. But he that endureth to the end, he shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached through the whole world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by David the prophet, set in the holy place, let him that readeth consider it. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to fetch anything out of his house. And he that is in the field, let not him return back to fetch his clothes. And woe shall be to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not from the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, so that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret places, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and is seen into the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever a dead carcass is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. And immediately, after the tribulations of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the kindreds of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect, from the four winds, and from the one end of the heavens unto the other. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When her bough is yet tender, and it putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near. So likewise ye, when ye see all these things, know that the kingdom of God is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so likewise shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days before the flood, they did eat and drink, marry, and give in marriage, unto the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew nothing, till the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then two shall be in the fields, the one shall be received, and the other shall be refused. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be received, and the other shall be refused. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your master will come. Of this be sure, that if the good man of the house knew at what watch the thief would come, he would surely watch, and not suffer his house to be dug through. Therefore be ye also ready, for in the hour that ye think not, will the Son of Man come. Who then is a faithful servant and wise, whom his master hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in season? Blessed is that servant, whom his master, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My master doth defer his coming, and begin to smite his fellows, and to eat and to drink with the drunken, that servant's master will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and will cut him off, and give him his portion with hypocrites. There shall be weeping, and gnashing of teeth.
Long story short, judgment is upon this earth. It is very clear for those of us who can see, and for those who cannot see, I pray that you start repenting, turning to the Most High, getting in His Word, and walking according to His ways, so you too can see. So you do not be left ASS'd out, I believe is the saying. That you may take heed and do what you need to, that you may be able to be saved. You first need to make sure, people, that you are right with the Most High. Secondly, and that's by walking in perfect obedience to keeping His Word, by reading His Word. You got to know His Word to keep it, and being in a relationship with Him, right? Those are very important things. Once you do that, then you ask Him, hey, what is your will for me? What do you want me to do? Lord, lead me to that place. And many of us who are now seasoned somewhat have been walking in this thing for a very long time, having many falls. You don't have that same grace if you're just now starting today. And I'm not saying you don't have grace. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that we had a lot more room to make mistakes. I don't know what the Lord has planned for you, but I do know that we are in a more serious time. So I say all this to say, please just get very serious very quickly, for your own sake, for your people's sake, for your children's sake, for whoever's sake. Then start preparing yourself. Start preparing with food, with water, with whatever you can. Preparing, storing, keeping, gardening, whatever you can for the times coming upon this earth. Because you do not want to be starving, and your children starving, and people are going to do some awful things when it comes to that. We've never really experienced this like that in America. There was the starvation thing of, 29? The Great Depression or what have you. This is going to be way worse than that. according to the annalist. And I believe that the Bible correlates as well. So, please, people, take heed. I love you, and I'm only saying these things not to fearmonger, not to scare, but to warn you. Warn you, warn you, warn you. I've been placing many videos like this out over the months. Even my brother K. Judah just did a video on it earlier today again. Then I seen this out. I said, hey, let me go ahead and do another one too. It is imperative that we get our houses in order. That way we are going to suffer if we do not do the right things. And it's not going to be so forgiving as it has been in times past. Our lives are in the Most High's hands. That's a fact. But He has commanded us all to do things, and we need to do them. I personally help prepare people. When people does not have the wisdom to prepare for these times, you could hire me and I will help you. If you're in my location or whatever. I do gardening stuff. I do all kind of stuff. So I could help people in those type of ways. And there's not only me, there's many people. They could do stuff like that. But I can also store. I know how to store food long term. I know how to do many different trades that the Lord have blessed me with. And that I have been learning over the many years that I can help for not only myself, but for community people. That way I could be an asset in this community. And I say these things for all people to know that if I can do it, then you can do it too. And if you need help, you can reach out to many people. Many people are willing to help you. So yeah, there's that. Have a blessed day.